G'day mates, as Chaz Lasla. So, I'm in the woods looking for mushrooms. Not doing too well here. No. Looking for chanterelles, but it's not been raining very much, so I'm on a wild mushroom hunt. But I'm in the right places, like, just not enough rain. Needs to be wet. So, are you well? Are you having fun out there? Or are you getting lost in the horrors of the world, huh? Because they'll always persist. You know, I didn't realise until recently how in touch with my inner child I am. It's only in the last few months I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. A few years ago, I did some spiritual therapy with someone, and I went back and I met my inner child, and I sat with her and I held her tight. We had lovely words, and you know, I let her know that nothing that happened to her as a child was her fault. Yeah. So that was years ago, and I came to a peace with a lot of things that happened to me as a child, because a lot happened and tore me up for a few years, so I ended up on drinking drugs, I guess. You know, you'd wonder what kind of a life I would have had those things had not happened, you know. But I don't look at life that way. Everything happens for a reason, and it's brought me to where I am right now. And for that I'm grateful, and however that should be, it just is. Things that happened to me, wouldn't wish upon anybody, but they made me who I am today, I guess. And I'm grateful for who I am today. So that's what I mean. Things that happened to me should never have happened to anybody. So, but when I meet people today, I meet their inner child. That's who I see when I see people. And there's a lot of trauma. Big landslide. There's a lot of trauma in Ireland. We grew up in a country of child abuse. Still goes on today. Those are the horrors that still persist. You know, people are like, oh, you're bringing all these people to our country and they're doing this, that and the other to children. Well, it's been done to children in this country all our lives, you know, by the people that live here. So that's a problem that's never been solved. So, and will it? I have no idea. You know, as long as people don't love themselves, that's how it persists, like. Because where there's love, there's none of that. There's none of that. So. And to me, love begins on your plate. peace begins on your plate. You can torture the most innocent, peaceful, loving animals in this world that never do that to anybody and eat them, like, you know. You don't have to. All you do is eat mushrooms and plants. You know that. And you still choose to do that. That's the horrors of the world that persist. So, as long as that persists, you know, that's the chain there. So it is. So, sit down with your inner child sometime, if you like, and tell him or her, and give her a big hug first, him or her, and let them know that nothing that was ever done to them as a child was their fault, because it wasn't your fault. But we can be the change that we want to see in this world. You know, and the things that were done to us, we don't have to do to others. We don't, like, we can break the chain right here, right now. Because I didn't become that. You don't have to become that. That's a promise. So, I might have grabbed your attention for too long. So have a lovely day. Lots of love.